talk about something in the news. Now, normally I don't go near politics because I don't want to alienate people. I've said this before. That said, this is directly related to what I do, and the consequences could be cataclysmic if they go through with this. I really hope they recognize not to do this. It's a bad idea. So, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has been raiding the federal government up and down, cutting, auditing. One of the things that is on their to-do list is apparently to audit Fort Knox. Now, what is Fort Knox? It's where the U.S. supposedly holds all of its gold. Massive gold reserves. It's never been audited because it's unknown what exactly is in there. And this element of maybe it's empty, maybe it's full, we don't know. What that does is that gives us shadow power, because the United States not recognizing its balance sheets ever since we walked away from the gold standard has really kind of been the status quo of our power. We got the nukes. That's why when we owe massive amounts of debt to other countries, they're not going to collect, because for them to collect, they have to collect on us having the ability to wipe them off the face of the earth. So part of our power, our modern power, our projection of power, has to do with the shadow element of the fact that we just don't know. It's a mystery. We're the United States. We're the leader in the world in terms of money, in terms of power, in terms of everything. You don't get to audit us. We audit ourselves, and we don't want to audit ourselves, and you can get and assume that we have everything and then some, and then some, and then some. Scary. But when you actually shine a light onto that, when you physically go in and you measure unlimited power by actually putting and assigning an actual tangible number to it, you permanently ruin the element of unlimited shadow power. We're the first country on earth to have this kind of power. So again, what I'm trying to underline here, it is extremely dangerous for a country like the United States that has shadow power, where you don't get to audit it, you don't get to question it, you just take it at face value, and that's that. Once you assign an actual number to it, that number is never going to go away. We would have to have a major shift in economic status quo power for whatever that audit comes back. And it could come back as being an astronomical number. But if it comes back or comes out that we don't have any gold, that's really, really bad for our power forever. It literally makes us poor forever. It's kind of the same reason why we can never go back to the gold standard, because to do so means we have to acknowledge how much debt we actually have. We have an unlimited credit right now. We have an unlimited balance sheet. We can just print more money, and we can back it up by the fact that, well, we have gold in Fort Knox. It's fine. How much is in there? Who cares? Who knows? But once we do that, just like with going back on the gold standard, it forces us into a reality. When we have relied so much on shadow power, we literally gain nothing by doing that audit. So it's another reason to buy gold, because if this happens, if this goes through, even if it turns out that we have a lot of gold, it will still have, I think, a pushing up effect on the price of gold. So get some gold, and I really, really, really hope they don't do that. All right, let's take a look what we got. Where's this from?
Dubai.
Yep. Yeah, I'm always a little wary of gold that's not from the U.S. because they probably told you it's 22 karat.
Yeah, it's 22 karat.
It's what they told you. This isn't gonna hurt it.
Damaging design?
No, it just rubs a little bit off. Okay, yeah, that mark is starting to disappear.
What does it mean?
Yeah, it means it's definitely not 22.
It's not 22?
No. 9 times out of 10, when there's gold from overseas, especially Dubai gold, it's because they don't have the same regulations the U.S. does, so they can just sell it and say that it is, and they won't get in trouble. But like here, that's super illegal.
So if it's not 22, then it might be 21.
No, like it's not even close. It completely disappeared. It would have more resistance. I am not even comfortable enough to buy this at all. See that? Oh god, that's copper right there. I hope you didn't pay a lot of money for this. I think you might have gotten ripped off. I will send you to somebody who has an X-ray gun, and they will be able to tell you exactly what it is. I'm a smaller business.
God, it's damaged now. Why did you put it?
Well, it's fake, so it doesn't matter anyway.
But I could use it. Now it's...
Well, nobody can tell. It's on the other side.
Did you wash it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's copper, though, beneath it. So, again, you got scammed here buying this. And any shop you bring it to is going to test it like that, too. Like, this is just standard procedure. Okay, so this guy will be able to tell you exactly what's going on here. Yeah, I had a lady that spent almost $30,000 and her stuff was, like, worthless. I don't think that is, but I have absolutely no idea. Oh, sorry about that, you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Y'all see what I just did? That lady was about to get pissed at me and I totally diffused it. What did I actually think was there? Well, it held for 14. It did not hold for 22. Like, it pretty quickly disappeared, and I literally saw copper in that one drop, so I was like, ooh, I do not want to buy this. Plus, just based upon my experience, I bet you they would not have done a deal with me, even if I'd thrown out an offer. Or maybe they would have. Maybe it was a scam. I don't think it was. I think they just didn't know. But yeah, wasn't that fun?
Wallace Sterling.
My parents almost named me Sterling.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't. I would have gotten my ass kicked every day, and I would have deserved it.
I don't honestly know the content on him, but I believe it's 90 because it's got a nothing on the bottom.
If it says 9L, then it must be. Okay, this one's plate.
Okay.
Still buy them. It's just $1 a pound. Oh, that's pretty.
It's missing a horn though.
It's creepy.
It's missing a horn.
Hey, you guys dumpster diving?
No,
Thrift stores. And...
thrift stores.
Thrift stores. Okay, thrifting.
So
Good for you.
we watch for the stuff on the shelves. And
Is it tough to find, or do you find stuff every day?
it's hit and miss. Like, and I
Took me a
say,
year to get all this.
hey, do you actually smelt it yourself?
No, I sell it to somebody who does. It's too
It's a
labor
process.
intensive,
It's
and
a process
frankly,
right here.
too dangerous. I attempted to melt down my own jewelry a couple years ago, and I almost started a fire in my basement, and I was like, this is a bad idea.
Oh, hang on.
Okay, let me have this sterling up. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
That's it? Cool. You're at $5,450.
And plus my 1,000.
Plus
so.
your 1,000. I actually don't know if I have quite enough cash, but I'll see what I got. I will probably make about $3,000 on that deal. That was a really good deal. Nice guys, too. If you ever see these glasses in the wild, they're probably gold filled. They're almost never 10 or 14 karat. Oh, I see a profit. I see a jackass. All right, I got a friend of mine stopping by. He's got a few items that he just wants me to look at and see if what's going on here. My initial impression, I was like, this is gold. We're gonna test it. Okay. So I just rub it. It doesn't hurt it. Just rubs a little bit of the gold off, and then I take acid. Do you know what carat it is? I think 10. 10? 10. Okay, we'll put 14 on. Oh, that actually might be legit. If I bought this from you, I'd have to get it double tested because what I'm doing here is rudimentary. I would need like an x-ray gun because there's a lot of gold here. There's thousands and thousands of dollars here. What they do sometimes is they'll fill it. It'll be on the surface, and I would need a gun to go into it. The gun's like 40, 50 grand, so I don't have one. So these are holding up for 10 karat acid. 511.8 grams. According to the exact market price right now, $19,942.10.
That don't sound bad at all. I don't really know, but because I don't wear it.
Dude, I would say get rid of it and use the money.
Yeah.
This is a Russian commemorative silver coin for the Russian ballet. Russia has a very rich history with the ballet, so let's talk about it. Russian ballet is a cultural export that is known worldwide. In fact, even the John Wick franchise has a new movie coming out called The Ballerina. It's playing on just the mythos of Russia and ballet. It's known for its rigorous training, its excessive style, its groundbreaking choreography, and above all else, just how tough it is and how cutthroat it is and how the people, the dancers that put their lives to this, really devote their lives to this art. Ballet was introduced in Russia by Peter the Great in the 18th century. And Peter, as we've talked about in the past, wanted to bring in cultural exports to Russia to modernize it. Ballet followed the traditions of Italian and French dancing. Over time, though, Russian influence really began to shape ballet and make it its own thing. The Imperial Russian Ballet, centered in St. Petersburg and in Moscow, became the world's leading ballet institution in the 19th century. This is the time of Russia's golden age of ballet. There were a number of famous composers, a number of famous choreographers that were working very hard and just this strict militantism. It was a tough thing to do. Dancers are put under just enormous strain and pressure. They're trained from the time they're children. Those that want to take it seriously truly devote their whole lives to it. Such golden age ballets include Swan Lake from 1877, The Sleeping Beauty from 1890, and The Nutcracker from 1892. In early 20th century, Sergei Diaghilev, a Russian art critic and impresario, founded the Ballet Russes, which revolutionized ballet and introduced Russian ballet and its unique style and form to an international audience. After the Russian Revolution of 1917, Soviet ballet took over, and this was a state-sponsored art form within the Soviet Union. To this day, Russian ballet is very well known throughout the world. In fact, when you think of ballet, you probably think of some mean Russian lady hitting a kid because she's not standing upright. It's known these days especially for its expressive storytelling, its grandeur, its scale, its technical precision, its rigor, that it might be a front for assassins. Russian ballet has definitely become a cultural export that has shaped all of dancing, not just the art of ballet, because it's obviously it's not just a Russian thing, but Russian ballet has become a cultural export, like I said, that is consumed and known and famous throughout the world. And let's go in here. It's commemorating that. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a ballet. I've never been to one. I'd want to see one really good though, where like, you know, if the girl falls over, they shoot her in the back, or you just hear a gun go off. It's like, we now have new dancer who will not fall and disappoint. My heaping platter of diabetes. They don't have Wendy's in China, or at least not that I found, so I'm getting my fast food on. A couple of burgers. I'll just go run 6 miles later. It's the Evan Kale diet. It'll work out. Unless you go to China and you gain literally 20 pounds and then it refuses to come off, because that happened. Lay off me, I'm starving. What's going on, you guys? We're Between the Pawn. I'm Evan, and my time has quickly run out. I need to go back to China. This will be the last Between the Pawn for a couple of months. I really hope I have time to make more content when I get back in May or June. I haven't decided when exactly I'm coming back yet. Just know, like, I had so many things that I needed to take care of because, like, I was not planning on staying in China for 3 months. It just kind of happened that way. And being gone for 3 months, a lot of stuff happened here that I needed to deal with, and I have a lot of different projects I'm working on. A couple things I want to say before I leave you guys again for another trip across China. The store is open, the hours are the same, I'm fully staffed. Just like, don't be holding out doing deals because you have to do them with me. My staff knows everything that I do. They're as capable as I am of doing a deal. If you have a remote deal or something like that, please reach out to us. We are still looking for remote deals. I might be like remotely broadcasting some TikToks from China. Like, I'll have my staff like send me photos and stuff, and I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. Really all I have to announce, I decided I have a huge private collection of stuff I have put away, and I decided it's pretty much all for sale. All my rarest, most expensive stuff is on pawnmanstore.com. I was going to, by the time you guys are watching this, there's Whatnot auctions going on. There won't be really high-end items, or like they won't be starting at $1. Whatnot, by the way, is continuing. My employee Troy will be doing it. We will be having shows at least every week. I'm trying to have him do 2 shows a week. It probably won't be the super high-end stuff for my private collection unless he wants to start it at basically starting bid like close to what I need for it. So check out pawnmanstore.com. All the best stuff for my collection is up. It's also now been 4 years. By the time you guys are watching this, it's the 4-year anniversary since opening my store. And it's just crazy for me to think about where I was 5 years ago. That was when I got into this business versus now. I entered this business. My first day at the Old Man's was in early July of 2019. And I quit in March of 2021. The store was opened April 1st, 2021. It took me like exactly 4 weeks to set this business up, and can't believe what happened. I'll give you guys a quick recap. If like some of you like don't know this, how did I get here? I majored in Japanese studies. I majored in Japanese studies at the University of Minnesota after changing my major 4 or 5 different times because I had this crazy convoluted idea. I wanted to get into Hollywood as a screenwriter, and to succeed in that, you need to have a really weird, unique idea. So I majored in Japanese. I kept writing. After college, I could not get a job to save my life, and I was still writing. And then I randomly got a tip in 2019. So my dad told me, go seek that guy out. I was like doubtful, like what, the crazy guy with the taxidermy and he sells to the Doomsday Preppers? Like what? But I had a shift at my restaurant where I was working at. It was so frustrating. I found myself in the back parking lot calling the guy up, and ultimately he decided to hire me. And so I worked with him the first about 6 months. It was really smooth sailing. I made an eBay for them. Because they had so much stuff in their shop, and I sold all of it. And then COVID hit, and I thought, the guy literally almost lost his shop. And I thought, oh my God, I worked so hard for this new career that I have. I can't let this go away. I need to do something. And I think that something involves social media. So I started experimenting with some TikTok videos. And this was when I was making comedy videos too, which I don't do that anymore. And that summer, I started bringing my camera because they placed me in charge of the store. They just left me alone to run it, and they would go to their cabin. Now, again, I'm not gonna get into the details. I think I've said enough about this, but he liked me, she hated my guts. And so I started doing the videos, and it got big fast. Within just a few weeks, the videos were doing more sales than their business was. And I walked away, and I opened the store up. Maybe about 4 or 5 months after opening the store, it was functioning. It was on a functioning level. Fast forward a year later, somebody mailed me a photo book from World War II. Fast forward 2 years after that, I decided there's something really constructive I could do with the budding popularity that I have in China. 4 years on, thank you for making my dreams come true. From the bottom of my heart, this has just been incredible. All right, we got some questions coming in here. And again, you guys, please ask me questions in the comment section. I will be able to answer them on the next Between the Pond when I am back. All right, question 1. Coming in from Alex KQ. Alex, and there were a few questions about this. Want to go more detailed on Chinese healthcare. All right, so I got sick in Shanghai. Basically, I had to go to the hospital. I was really sick. And I thought it was going to take hours because here in America, if you go to the hospital, it literally takes hours to be seen. Usually. So we go there, immediately get seen. I got my blood drawn, I got my temperature taken, I got a COVID test, I got a flu test, I got a couple other tests. Doctor was with me for about 45 minutes, gave me antibiotics, diagnosed me as having some kind of a flu. Was like, do you want more tests? No, it's the flu. Okay, so here's some antibiotics. The antibiotics did the job. The whole trip to the hospital cost me $30. I did the conversion, $30. Who said free Luigi? Who said that? I didn't say that. Next question. Random name 931 said, shouldn't you have a Sigma verifier? I do have one. There's 2 different kinds of Sigmas. Where's mine? You can get the basic version, which is about $1,300, or you can get the Pro, which is about $1,000 more. I have the Pro. If this catches 1 ounce of gold, and it has before, then it's worth the purchase price. And this has caught many fake ounces of gold for me. So if you're in the business or if you're an active trader, I'd recommend getting these. I would recommend the Pro one over the regular one. It seems to be just a better piece of equipment. You are getting your money's worth. And if you're getting something that's detecting things that are expensive and you're actively buying them, you don't want to save when it comes to this kind of stuff. You do want to spend the extra money to be sure. Question 3 coming in from Patrick Griggs 5408. Patrick asks, what do you think about women in combat positions? I don't see why not. They can shoot a gun just as well as a man can. And the idea of, what about periods in combat? Well, give them supplies. Let them. If somebody wants to serve this country, let them do it. I don't really have sexist opinions about that. I think it's kind of gross. All right, next question coming in from Cooper Smith 131 says, what's the best way to try and find silver quarters and dimes in the wild? Go to a bank. Otherwise, just when you buy things, always look through the change. So I found in Las Vegas, I found silver, and I've not run all over the country to test this, just based on my limited travel throughout the United States. I guess it's not that limited, but I found more silver coins in Las Vegas than anywhere else. Otherwise, go to the bank, get a roll, look through it, cost you $5, you got $5 back or $10 or whatever. It's cheaper than buying a scratch off and you're not losing any money. You only have money to gain. You won't find them often, but they are out there. Next question coming in from Tickle Monster Gal. A new subscriber who's never asked a question here before. Tickle Monster Gal says, what surprised you the most about your experience in China? I really, really was blown away by the tech. I was blown away by the bullet train because I really enjoyed riding it, and just the acceleration. You're going so fast, but it just glides. It's like a Rolls Royce. Okay, you know what surprised me? Not as many people spoke English fluently as I thought. In fact, very few were very proficient. I do talk fast, and I used a lot of slang term and jargon and such. But one thing I found, you ask somebody, do you speak English? And they say, a little. And that's the extent of it. So I guess that surprised me. The tech surprised me. The fact that a lot of what the media, I know I keep saying this, but it is true, it was my biggest takeaway. A lot of what the media sold me about what is China, it's this restrictive hellhole, that is not the case at all. So it was not what I thought it was going to be for the better. I knew I wasn't have a good time, but I had a great time. I'm really hoping more people go and check it out. Okay, last question coming in from 86 Shaku. Is my cat okay? She's great. I feel a little bad leaving her because she loves me dearly. However, when I got her back, she kind of was not willing to leave my mom because my mom, my parents just stay home all day, so they just have nothing to do but give attention to my cat. I'm I am very busy running around, so I don't get to spend nearly as much time with the cat as she deserves. This is a cat where you could pour 10 hours into petting her, and the moment you get up to walk away, she's like, what? Where are you going? She's a very needy cat, but she's doing great. Mom's giving her string cheese, which according to the vet, this much is okay, but not this much. So I have to have a little talk with my mom about that. But yeah, I mean, my cat is great. She's 16 or 17, and I hope she sticks around for a while. All right, so with that, again, you guys, thank you for all your support. I will be back here in a couple months. Please just don't unsubscribe to this channel. There will be more Pawn Man content. I will be filming quite a lot more when I get back from the second trip. So thank you guys for the support. It really means a lot. Everything that you guys have done for me, standing up for me, supporting me, patroning my business. Please do visit pawnmanstore.com, continue shopping with me. The prices of precious metals do continue to rise. So head to pawnmanstore.com if you want to get precious metals. It's never a bad idea. We do have the best prices. Check out my subscription service. You can get other great stuff on pawnmanstore.com. We will have more jewelry coming on there this summer when my antique guy returns from college. Check out my traveling through China videos, which will also be posted on this channel. There will be more Pawn Man videos. What you're seeing right here won't be the last one throughout my trip. I'm gonna space them out a little bit. But come on back to the channel. Thanks for all the support and love you guys. I'll see you back here this spring. Later, guys.